welcome aboard, and welcome back. It's How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack, and this is still Friday night as I record. It may be Saturday when it takes some posts. Max Chaos Days. That's Friday and Saturday's Max Chaos this week. Next week we'll be doing something special for the Lonely Hearts Club fans because I am a lonely heart, and I'm not going to take and be celebrating a certain holiday. Doesn't make sense to me. So, looking at my op profits, it's not looking good. This is just truck. It's up. I'm still at the 1st of November, so this isn't even really full impact yet. But we're at one half, just barely over a half of what we were last year. So, unless these 2 months are gangbusters, we're not going to be doing too hot. Unpause the game as we come off of this. I did let it run for a while. I did a little bit more smoothing. I have not done any reroutings or anything like that, just some smoothing. No bus dispatches. Looking at Pollingfield, now all of a sudden Pollingfield's saying, hey, by the way, I'm growing. And he's going to need a couple more bus stops down the road, but not right away. What we need to find is which, besides this one, which is getting from Ashlock and Mallowfield, but not from the other two towns. The other two towns that supply it are Breton and Pollingfield. And that may not seem like much with only 42 people. Hey, 42 is the ultimate answer to the ultimate question, you know? Got to take and have that answer. So, what do we got to do? We've got to figure out a way to take and get passengers a rolling. And I've got a possible answer. We're going to do the duck ponds preserved, but buried under a bridge. There we go. And we're going to take and extend this out so that he's set. Bring this guy up to under the bridge for now. Kick him over. Bring him out here. And I think I can do a quick launch over there. Another twisting route to here. Another launch over. Gonna need to turn the trees off though, so I can make certain we're connected up. Right now it's going to cause a little bit of a jam up right there, but I can live with that. I can live with that. I mean, I can put a signal here and a signal here, as well as one here and here, so that these two routes can coexist a little bit at an intersection just to get through for now. Let's grab this guy, because I think this is a good spot. Yeah, we can get him around, dig down, and come through with a tunnel here. Or we could just launch the bridge this way. Can't get over that. So we'd have to launch here. Stay high, launch again, jog over, and come in. Let's go ahead and do the leveling we need to back at Breton. Lay in our little guy. Get him set. And let's do our work that we need to do. Dip that way, and one that way. Let's see how we do. We need a span bridge, and another span bridge. Like this. Have to do the hot horseshoe turn. Bring him down. Go ahead and launch him. Ooh, can't get across that one without a little bit of work, but we can do that. Extend him out. Tap him down. Now we should be able to do that little stunt. Launch a bridge here. Leave a little space just in case we need to down the road. Tighten up these so that they're a little bit faster routing. Do a rotate so I can see what I'm doing here. There we go. That should if we do this right, let us, with that little twist, and then that guy as a pass through. Actually, if we did it there, take out under the bridge. Now we can ignore that guy too. Tie him in. Blast him there. Put the signal there between the two tracks. That should work. This may work. And then take out that corner like that. Drop in a 3 station there. And we need a 3 station right here. Put in this bridge. Connect that up. Now, the only question is, where do we bring our dispatch line in? Well, we got that spot down there. Perfect. Let's try it. See if this will work. Going from there to here. We want to be 50% because we're getting to be an older, slower line with the Abros. And this is going to be the Brindud's Abro. Oh, can't find a route. Well, that means I can't find a good dispatch line. You know can get us a good dispatch line. Let's do a signal there. Level him here. A drop line there. And a signal there. We already got, I think, a signal on this. Just to be safe. Dispatch. Worked. Let's follow him around for a second here. Make certain he worked. Yep, he's going to get onto that line just exactly as I told him to. Yeah, just hopefully I didn't take and jam up one of the other lines by doing this. Cut through, do the horseshoe, up to the other horseshoe. Run across the bridge. And then it should go into Brenton Monument Station. And he'll load up. He's already got one customer in there, so that's a good point. 1% of them's load. So that worked. What do you know? All right, what else needs to get? We need workers at home, I should tell. Where do they all live? Malafield for the most part. So we need to take and do one more run from the Malafield knot. I've got a path. I've got a path. Question is whether it will work. Okay, let's see if this will work. And then we come up over here. With a horseshoe again. Gonna have to rotate in order to be able to see what I'm doing there. Look the other way for a second. Blast those tunnels through. Connect them up so that we know we're through. And then we've got to figure out where we're going to connect up off of, which would be there. So we're going to need signals. Here and here. Come to here. Let's see if it'll let me dispatch a train. Do the Abro again. You're coming from here to there. 50%. Because you're going to be slow as well as down low. worked. Oh, that worked. All right, now let's take and do a little smoothing so we can see what we're doing here. Just a little bit of smoothing. Those little bits sometimes pay off big time. I was always surprised they never added a Carmen route requirement where you had to take and supply your drivers out to the depots. Indy Wildcatting's got his setup going. I am going to take and do a speed up on these stretches of road here and here. The bridge, there's just really not. And let's go ahead and drop the bridge and re-put it in as a concrete one and see if that makes it any better. And it might be time to start considering upgrading some of those Ikaruses that we've got. So let's go to vehicle management. Yep, we've got 6 Ikaruses still out on fleet. Let's go ahead and go to main dispatch because they all seem to mainly come out of main dispatch. And we will dispatch a H-Trans, or now let's go ahead and on the Rendon circulator, that one I'll upgrade to just an H-Trans. So the Rendon circulator bus, and we will tell this bus to retire in the field. What else do we have? We have the Ren flight. Literally Ren Springs buses. Let's put a single megahertz on that. And then tell these guys to retire out in the field. The Ren Flight Bus, the Poly Brent Express stage can definitely use a megahertz. So Route 29 there. Start you with a megahertz. Getting close to our point here, and we'll probably just call it after this. And did we tell him to retire? No, that's the Ren flights. We just did the Poly Brent. Retire when you're done. Okay, the Ren's flight and the Pineville South Station circulator. Pineville South Station circulator, I think I can take and put an H-Trans onto. And I'll dispatch from down there. The Ren's flight I will do from up here. We've got an H-Trans. We'll just put that on there. So that's the 28 bus. And same thing, just tell it to retire. Once he's empty, he's gone. Now we can go to this guy, come out to here, close that station, go to this station, dispatch out. That's got a lot of people on it. You know what? Let's put a megahertz on that bus line. Actually, it's an in-town bus. Let's put a Cetra S10. We'll deploy our first Cetra. And that's on the 70, the Pineville circulator. There he is, and launch away. And tell this guy to retire when you're empty. Now, just to make certain I ain't got any Empires or... oh, we still have 3 Empire buses out there. But we'll deal with those in another video. Another thing to take a peek at fast is, do I have any Stolls still? Oh my goodness, I'm still running Stolls. We've got to get those off the road. Hey, we'll deal with that next video, probably tomorrow on Saturday. Welcome to Max Chaos. I know it doesn't seem like it was too much chaos after we got that crazy line put in, adding one more strand to the Gordian knot, but there's not much we can do at this point because we are waiting for growth to drive the next level. So, have a better day than I'm having, and definitely a better night than I will have, because I'll probably have indigestion tonight. Be safe, and see you next time.